They're cornered to a point where they might even do the right thing. As improbable as that sounds, who knows? They might do the right thing.
We're going to find out, because it should come out of committee fairly soon, because the co-sponsors are there. There's 225, and that is a large amount. And it's not that they'll keep them all, and although they probably will pick up more, but that's a good start. And I think what you've just said is perfect, and that is, I'll just rephrase it, congressmen, particularly in the House, they get 5 to 10%, depending on the individual, of their campaign contributions from banking, Wall Street, and the insurance industry. And so, for them to co-sponsor that bill, there had to be tremendous heat. Either that, or they think that the bill might be altered, or maybe they're doing it because they're going to flee the bill later on. We don't know. It's so hard to double guess this thing. But look, we got it all the way up here. When I started doing radio programs 3 months ago, pushing this issue on Fox and ABC and NBC and so on, we had 100 sponsors, and now we get 225. And so I was reaching audiences that Ron Paul doesn't normally reach. And I think that we've had a profound effect upon Congress on this issue, and maybe others as well, because were we to get it passed and the public find out the skullduggery that was going on, and then they pass a law to get rid of the Fed, it would have to be then followed by legislation to do away with the free trade and globalization that we have, which is killing our country, and put up tariffs on goods and services.
Exactly.
And what really frustrates me is I've been saying this for some years, and nobody wanted to listen, and they still aren't listening. And I'm not talking about the public. I'm talking about other professionals. They don't get it. I mean, I don't know how dumb some of these letter writers and journalists can be. They just don't get it. And it's so simple.
Yeah, it is simple. I understand exactly what you're saying. You move your industries overseas, you knock the tariffs down, the industries go overseas to cheap labor, and how can you have a result other than the people are going to be impoverished in this country?
Well, in that respect, we've already lost over 5 million jobs. In the last 8 years, including the ones from this year, we've lost, let's see here, that they admit to, about 12.5 million jobs. And the U6 that they admit to, which still uses the birth-death ratio, which is nothing but tomfoolery, you're talking 16.4 that they admit is unemployment. But they won't put that in the media. The media won't talk about that. And if you take out the birth-death indicator, you've got 20.4% unemployment among short-termers, those who don't get checks anymore, those who have had their hours cut back substantially, and those who are discouraged because there just ain't any jobs out there.
I understand. And you can bet that those people are going to march, they're going to burn, they're going to loot before it's all over. They have to have something to eat. And they can't be groomed to be financial wizards on Wall Street. They need a job at an industry, perhaps on an assembly line. But we've shipped those jobs, or a bunch of them, overseas. What are these people going to do? You can't blame them for getting angry. I'm Alfred Addis. This is Financial Survival. We're going to take about a 3-minute break here for some commercial announcements. I'm here with Bob Chapman for Melody Cedarstrom, Discount Gold and Silver. Give them a call, 1-800-375-4188. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alfred Addisk. This is Financial Survival, brought to you by Discount Gold and Silver at 1-800-375-4188. Melody Cedarstrom is out on a vacation, so I'm filling in for her with Bob Chapman. I want to remind you folks that if you are looking for gold or silver, give Melody a call, or her helpers or assistants a call at 1-800-375-4188, and you can ask for a complimentary copy of the International Forecaster. Now, this is the newsletter that Bob Chapman edits, publishes, and if you'd like a copy, give Melody a call, 1-800-375-4188. And Bob, why don't you tell people a little bit about your newsletter?
Well, it's about business, finance, economic, social, political issues all over the world. We publish by email on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Usually runs 35 or 40 pages. And we have a hard copy that goes out as well for those who are not on the Internet twice a month. And if you'd like to see our site, that address is theinternationalforecaster.com. The International, FORECASTER.com. You can also get a free copy there, or by going and emailing us, and that address is Bob, B-O-B, at INTFORECASTER.com. That's Bob at intforecaster.com.
All right. I want to remind folks that even though Melody's on vacation, her office is fully functional. You can talk to Janine or you can talk to Joe, and they can handle whatever it is you'd like to order or questions. And if you have any questions for the program, if you'll send them by email to discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com, I'll try to get them in during the program. If you have a question, I guess we will see how things work out, but we'll see if we can get them in on this program, and if not, we'll have them for tomorrow's program. Where are we right now, Bob? Do you have any? Did you want to take any of your own questions right now, or would you like to?
I got a few here. The first one is from Jimmy, and we hear nothing in the news about Germany, Dubai, and Switzerland wanting the gold returned to them from their respective borrowers. If London cannot return the gold to Dubai, and the U.S. cannot return it to Germany and Switzerland due to lack of gold reserves, what happens if the U.S. and Britain are in default? After all, it has been rumored that within the last couple of months, Britain shipped a large amount of gold to the U.S. to cover a shortage of delivery on the COMEX. Is the COMEX the one holding their gold? Will Britain have to demand its gold back from the U.S. to deliver to Dubai? It seems to be a vicious circle, really vicious. And first of all, I'm sorry, it's Mariana and Tony who sent it in, and this note is from Ireland. This is people who listen from Ireland. Yesterday we had a bunch, the day before yesterday we had a bunch from Australia. And I don't know what they do. If the gold's not there, I would think there'd be a scandal. On the other hand, maybe Germany and Dubai and Switzerland wouldn't say anything and accept dollars. We just don't know what they're going to do. But if the gold is gone and they can't pay it back, one thing is for certain: it can't be sold by either the United States or the nations requesting it. So that means it's already in the market. Now, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about probably 2,500 tons, maybe 3,000 tons of gold. It's a big number. Next one's from Jeff. explain the ramifications for U.S. investors if exchange controls are put in place, other than owning gold and silver. Would be shorting stocks and bonds work in this environment? And the answer is yes. We've been a big proponent of shorting and using puts, and we started doing that about 3 years ago. And I talked to somebody. I read your letter, and I figured, well, my business is going to get out. I'm not going to make as much money. If that's true and the market's going to get out, I'm going to put some puts on these stocks that Bob recommended